Welcome back, everyone, to the BD1P Binding of Isaac modded series. Today is going to be a keeper run for win number 1 on episode number 326. Your question for today is going to be, put your answer in the comments down below. Who is the strongest fictional character in your mind? Seed, by the way, is going to be P7KR368V. So, this character's kind of central gimmick is that you only have 1 HP. Kinda hard to see with that curse right now. However, when you have money, you are invincible. And you gain money by obviously killing enemies with the Eye of Greed, or the Head of Greed, or whatever the hell that item is called, or touching enemies with Midas's Touch, things like that. I have to say, like, first impressions alone, just based off of that, like, character description, it seems to be pretty cool. It reminds me a lot of Tarnished Magdalene. But I guess we'll have to see how this works in execution, because I can see a lot of things being really annoying to work around, and things that I personally don't want to have to deal with, like having to constantly micromanage my shops and things like that. But again, we'll have to see. Ooh, really, really good trinket off the bat there. As the run goes on, we can, like, Midas's Touch everything here, though, and get a lot of money back if I do recall. Like, shoot it in there, and then walk into the black flies for even more money, or I guess, like, literally every single other fly. Like, look at this. Boom, 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 boom. We're gonna become rich off the bat. It is a lot like Tarnished Magdalene to me, though, where, like, the whole thing is that you are really fast and practically invincible when you have HP, but the second you lose that HP value and you're trying to get it back, you are in the worst place of your entire life. Double books. This with Midas's Touch seems to be pretty damn good. But going back to our question for today, in my opinion, this is going to be kind of a hot take. I'm going to prepare you guys for this this conversation here. I think the strongest fictional character to ever be dreamed up by mankind in the history of mankind is myself in my own dreams. And I want to give you guys a reason why. Because I had a couple of dreams recently that have kind of put it in perspective of how fucking powerful my own brain views myself in the dream world. So why don't we start off easy here, right? A couple nights ago, I was going to bed, you know, trying to get my cat to stop clawing at my face while I'm trying to sleep, the usual stuff for old BD1P here. And I go to bed, and I feel like I wake up. It's a very realistic feeling dream. And I'm in my apartment. And when I was awake in real life, I had asked my girlfriend if she had locked the door because I was already laying down, and she goes, I think I locked the door. So I was like, all right, you know what? Oh my God, the 1%er, by the way. I was like, I'll trust you here. I'm just gonna pretend the door is locked, even if it isn't, because I don't want to get up and change that right now. Please do not rob my house after learning this information. That would not be a good move to do. I will call the authorities on you. But in my dream, it starts out with me sleeping on the couch. Which I do normally now because we have 2 cats in different rooms and they are both attention whores. So I do sleep on the, tough. You know what, we can, no, this is way, way better. Don't get it twisted here. So I'm on the couch and I hear the door, like, creak open in my dream. And I get curious, so I get up and I go check it out. And it's, like, slightly open. And I'm standing between, like, the hinge and the wall. So, like, if the door was to open up, like, really fast suddenly here, I would be smushed by the door opening up. And it just so happens, you know, foreshadowing 500, that that exact thing does happen. The door, like, swings open, and it crushes me. And this lady walks in. Yo, Terra is fucking insane this early on. Holy shit. Terra's one of my favorite planetarium items for obvious reasons. Big damage up, and we can also open up secret rooms for free, giving us access to a useless bloody penny, and hopefully another key here soon so we can go to both our shop and our item room. But the door opens up, hits me square in the fucking head, like, knocks me dizzy, and this girl who opened or slammed my door open, you know, like trespassing, puts a gun to my head. And most of the time, I'm gonna say this might be like a wrong statistic, but did we already go in here? We already went in there. Don't be a fool. What's down here? Pair throw? Alges, also pretty damn good. Get me the hell out of here. And we will go into our shop. We have so much money to spend right now. Printer. Oh, wow. That sounds interesting. So we can infuse an active item charge into our card slot. And we can use this ace of spades right down here and hopefully get a good amount of keys. We're pretty low on keys. And if it's not money, we're probably going to be low on it during this run. We're going to have an Algis and we're going to have like a 40-second invincibility with the infused Book of Shadows and stuff. But going back to my dream here, to be more entertaining for a second, this is my statistic right here, in my own head. Can we pay for deals? We can. It is not worth it, though, because I want to stay alive for longer. Most of the time when a person gets a gun put to their head, I'm going to say it's like 70-30 odds they don't survive. The 70 being the bigger number there where they don't live through that situation. But I've seen enough Better Call Saul. I've seen enough, you know, drama shows. I know how to wiggle my way out of this kind of situation. So with a gun to my head, I'm like, whoa, take it easy, sweetheart. Like the Penguin from Batman. I'm like, oh, take it easy. And then, like, what do you want? Money? You want, like, what do you want from me? And she walks me into my bedroom, to my end table drawer, and says, get me the papers. And in, like, my real-life brain, I'm thinking, what the fuck papers? The only papers in my drawer that I put in there recently were Pizza Hut coupons. I don't know if you really want to be getting into a gun charge over fucking Pizza Hut coupons, but, I mean, to each their own, I guess, right? So I'm like, all right, I'll get you the papers. And I pull out this sheet of paper, and real-life me, like me, I don't know what it is, but I guess dream me understands the stakes here, and, is very, like, why did I pop that? Does not want to give it to her, because there's some kind of level of danger here that I really don't quite understand in real life, but I'm kind of willing to be, like, at least agreeable so I don't get shot in the head. But as I'm handing her the papers, my girlfriend, like, hits her in the head, like, with a baseball bat or some shit and knocks her out cold. And I was like, thank God, Desi. That girl was crazy. She wanted these papers. And I realized I have to go on the run now. For whatever reason, these papers were very, like, volatile, and anybody else, like, knowing... Is it in here or no? Hold on, be quiet. It's right here. Never mind. I thought it was going to be in between our item room and our shop. That is one of the best items I could have gotten in this current situation. But I kind of realized, like, I gotta get going. I gotta be on the run. I can't stay here. Oh my lord, we are getting some insane drops as this character right now. So I pack my bags and I go to Russia. Well, I don't, like, go to Russia, but I may already be in Russia. I don't recall taking, like, a plane there in the dream. I think I might have just, like, already have been in Russia for some reason. But as I leave my apartment, I start running, like, through the forest. And the thing is, there's no forest by my apartment. It's just, like, road. So I must have already been in Russia, I guess, to kind of wrap that little weird situation up. And as I'm, like, looking back as I'm running, like, holy shit, hope nobody's chasing me. And I come across this cabin in the woods. The Russian woods, obviously, that is. And I kind of falter. And I'm like, I have to go in here. This guy could help me. And it's one of those situations where I'm like, I can kind of converse with myself in a way. Like, oh, we can't take damage. Actually, I don't want that. We can't take damage, so perfection might actually be kind of goated. I apologize. I got a text from a family member right there. I'm gonna put my phone. I'm sorry. The phone is down. No more distractions. We gotta be gaming hard as Isaac gamers right now. But I kind of realized, like, if I gotta go in this house, this dude can help me. In real life, me is like thinking, how the fuck do I know there's gonna be a dude in here? And how can this random dude in the middle of this, like, forest plains area even assist me to any degree? So I break into the house, and it looks like a pretty rundown cabin on the outside, but the inside is, like, actually decently well furnished, to my surprise. And I'm looking for places to hide. We can do with less speed right now. I don't mind. If it makes our tier rate better, like, why not? We need that, actually, for big dammy. Pop that. Beautiful. Can we infuse even more? No, we can only infuse one charge into our rune at a time. I guess that makes a little bit of sense. But, oh my god, dude, what are these rooms we're getting right now? This is honestly a little bit absurd. We should probably just go straight for Cracked Crown or Curved Horn. Whatever we see first, honestly. The multi-tool spawned there for some reason. Cancer, 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 curved horn, curved horn, curved horn. Why do I see none of the above? I'm probably just blind. Actually, pay to play I'm going to take. That sounds like it could be a lot of fun on this floor. We're going to probably take... Oh, wait, perfection? Oh, we gulped perfection. How the hell did we gulp perfection? Do we have an item that gulps trinkets upon, like, taking damage? It doesn't look like it. Huh. Well, we have permanent 10 luck plus a money-based trinket. That's pretty dang awesome. Did we also gulp swallowed penny? Or counterfeit? No, I guess we didn't. Watch out. But I get in this house, this cabin area, and I go to the kitchen, and I'm like, I hid these cabinets last time. And me in real life is like, what do you mean last time? Like, this is as far as I'm aware, in Dream World, it's my first time here. Like, when would I have been here before? And I was, is it gonna kill us? It did not kill us. Strength, and, I can't open this. It's an impossible chest. Real life impossible chest, look at that. But, I'm just kind of, like, confused as to what I mean by last time. And as I'm hiding, some big dude with a beard walks in. And he's like, you can't be here. Like, remember what happened last time? And I was like, I don't know what happened last time. Like, please enlighten me. But I get the feeling that I know this person. It's like I'm playing D&D almost. I'm getting so many texts. I'm so sorry. I apologize for that. We've been having a couple of tumultuous issues with a family friend's dog and also our new cats. So it's been a bit of a rough couple of weeks, but I apologize for that either way. Anyways, like, it's like I'm playing D&D. It's like I'm playing D&D, and I'm playing a character who has, like, amnesia or some shit. It really is, like, kind of crazy how I have created this version in my mind of myself that is also like a... We gotta go to our item room still. Hold the frickin' phone, dude. That has lived a whole nother, like, Russian dream life, but... I guess I can't help it, you know what? It's whatever Dream Me wants to do, they can do it. Anyways, though, these, like, I don't know if they're Russian authorities or kind of just, like, Russian or Chechen mob people, but they show up at this cabin that I'm in, and I'm hiding inside the house right now. And it's kind of where the dream gets a little bit fuzzy for me. I kind of lose, like, what happened. It was a very weird dream, because I usually can recall my dreams, like, verbatim. This one was very, like... mushy is the word, like, just very open. Like, I don't recall a lot of specific details beside the door crushing me, the gun on my head, and this Russian guy in his cabin. But either way, like, the Russian police or whatever come, we were just here, bro. I don't gotta be here anymore. Sailor's hat? I guess that is, like, pretty damn good, huh? I guess that is really, really good, actually. And we can't sacrifice as far as I'm aware, so why don't we just move on down here? But, like, after the Russian mob or whatever leaves, the dude and I are talking, and I kind of, like, fill in the blanks. Like, it's almost like I'm having to create my own backstory once again here. So, from what I can recall, holy shit, what? 2 1% planetariums. I've got nothing buffing these up. They're just showing up. And we get double Venus, which I don't think does, like, anything for us, but we are spode, I guess, is the big thing there. I don't think I've ever seen... I've gotten a 50% then a 1%. I haven't gotten 2 1% in a row, though, for 3 items. That is absurd. But regardless of that, what is this? Health up, it doesn't do anything. And Horf does not do anything either. From what I can understand in this dream world, I, at some point, had these very important documents that I was in charge of keeping, you know, trust over. And these Russian mobsters, or just the Russian government, really needs these papers back to the point where they're threatening me in my home with, like, a gun. And I refuse to give it back, and I knock one out, and it just ends up, I run away and find this cabin, like, in the woods. And I guess, like, in the past, this dude in the cabin had helped me hide these papers, or like whatever these papers are for, helped me with this situation before. So I have a connection with him, I guess. I don't know. It was like I was watching a sequel to a movie that I haven't watched the first movie for. But I was able to somewhat follow along and know of the character's importance within the general plot. But the reason I think that makes me one of the strongest fictional characters ever written, we can play that maybe after we roll the hell out of this room. What is happening? Oh, Book of Jubilees. I don't really want that right now. It could be Bookworm though, I guess. Tech is insane. You grab Tech and you run with it, dude. Because now you have Monstro's Lung, piss technology shots. That's very, very, very good. And get some money to keep yourself alive right now, because you are getting down to that 50 mark, which is, you know, it leaves a bit to be desired for sure. I know there is some more back there, but at the rate we're losing it, which is 2 per 2 seconds, it's not worth running over there to see how much money is on the ground, and you can just go and fight your boss. Number 1, I was able to talk my way out of getting a gun to the head in this dream, which I think is already a pretty good, like, charisma feat there, right? Number 2, I apparently have fought the Russian mob or the Russian government at some point in my life and lived to tell a tale and survived somehow in Russia with... We got into so many devil deals in this run. Holy shit. Too spooky, very bad as his character. I can tell you that already. Book of Belial, not really wanted. And Death Sacrifice, once again, not really wanted. Can I not break you? I guess not. Let's just keep on moving down. But the reason I think that makes me so strong is, like, whenever somebody disobeys any kind of, like, government, it didn't break, we can do it some more. We're gonna be at low HP for a second here, but if we can get Conjoy, that'd be very, very nice. It's like, if you piss off any kind of government, and you are trying to hide from them, and you choose to hide in your own, in, like, their own country, that's pretty badass. That shows a lot of skills in terms of, like, secrecy and deception and strength and just raw power all around the board. But the next feat I'm going to tell you guys about, I think really solidifies me being the strongest dream character. You know what? I'll do it. I don't see an issue with this. Ooh, and a Spirit of the Night. Hello, beautiful. This seems to be pretty good. We also still have Midas's Touch if things go bad here. We got to get our money back up. This helps out more than you could ever know. That was perfect timing. If we take aside the dream with Anakin raining cars from heaven down upon me and Alexa, and we just ignore every previous dream, this one alone might put me at, like, strongest character. Now, I don't know how many of you guys are Harry Potter fans. I'm a decently okay fan of it. I know quite a bit about it. I can't say I'm, like, huge into it because the author is terrible, but it is good fun to watch those movies every now and again. And I do, like, I'm pretty well versed in the Harry Potter lore. We're gonna go for a roll here. We might lose a lot of money doing this. Don't want speedrun. That is, like, what everybody and their fucking mother wants to see in Isaac. But there is a spell in Harry Potter called Avada Kedavra. And it is a pretty much instant death spell upon everybody, except it didn't work on Harry Potter because his mom loved him too much or some shit. It's really corny. However, nobody besides Harry is known to survive this spell, and Harry only lived because he had his mother's love protecting him. Which, once again, how is it not there? Oh, is it one of these? No, it's not one of these. It's up here somewhere. My Terra is not working to open that door, though, so I guess we can move on from that. But the only reason Harry lived is because his mom loved him too much. And in yesterday night's dream, not the Russian one, a different dream entirely. The antagonist of Harry Potter, or one of the antagonists, I guess, Draco Malfoy and I, are having a bit of a squabble going on. Okay, we're having a bit of a fight. And in order to rectify that fight, we decided to just go for a nice ride on our wizardly broomsticks outside of dang old Hogwarts Castle. And we make up, we're kind of having fun flying around, just being bros, right? And Draco's like, hey, we should go back inside, like, it's getting pretty late out here. And I was like, you're right, dog, let's go back inside. So Draco goes inside first, and I kind of wait a minute and just take in the breathtaking scenery of Scotland, That is insane if we can get our money built back up. And then I climb through a window to get back inside one of the big old towers on this castle. And as I step inside, Professor Snape from Harry Potter, who's like kind of an antagonist, kind of like the protagonist after a while, tries to use that instant death spell on me. And it hits me, but it does nothing, and I return fire back with an instant death spell, and I kill him instantly. Now, here's why I think that makes me so goddamn powerful. And it's gonna sound a bit egotistical here, but in this dream, I'm not the chosen one. If Draco exists, then Harry Potter exists too. And that means he's the only one to ever have survived the spell, right? So why was I able to survive it? I can only think of one answer. I literally cannot die. If you look at any of my past dreams, I'm saying any past dream, the one thing tying them all together is that I am literally unable. Curse of Saturn? Nah, I don't freak with that right now. Cowboy Man, these all are trash. Just keep on moving down. The one thing tying all of these together is that I can't die. We've seen tons of things happen in my dreams. The Kanye West Doctor Strange dream, the Anakin Skywalker dream, the Russian dream, and other ones that I just can't think of right now. We've seen me do these incredible and terrifying feats with almost no effort, but I've never been able to die. Even in the dreams where it's like implied that I do die, I always wake up before that happens, pretty much negating ever dying. And that main dream being the trampoline one where I'm like bouncing really high into the air and I come down and I wake up before I hit the ground. I'm never shown to die in that dream, so how do we know if I even die or just like break my arm or some shit? I know falling from like the stratosphere would break more than your arm, but it is dream logic after all. So we've seen characters like Goku die. We've seen characters like Superman die before when he becomes a cyborg after a while. You've never seen me die. I would place a $1,000 bet with everybody in chat right now that none of you have ever seen me die before. Ever. I've never died. Which leads me to believe that, as far as I'm aware, I can't be killed. And if you can't die, you know, you are probably the strongest being on the planet. Because if we measure strength out of two ways, not just like physical aptitude, but like we measure strength as like a versus thing. Like, oh, if you fought this guy, who would win? And if the losing outcome is if you die, well, you can't beat me. I mean, as far as we know, at least, you can't beat me. Now, what is my most impressive feat in the dream world? I did dodge an 18-wheeler when Anakin Skywalker threw that down from the sky when he was chasing me and Alexa. That was a pretty good. If I was in like the Death Battle like YouTube series, they'd be like measuring the speed of that 18-wheeler like against my size and the velocity and the fucking turning of the earth and shit. But either way, regardless of any of that, it was going pretty fast. So feat-wise, I guess that means so Alexa did die in that dream. So I know I'm better than Tyler at least. That's all I have to be aware of in not just the Isaac space, but also the real life space. Shots fired in kind of a way, sure, we can say that. But like, who else have I not seen die in my dreams though? I guess Desi's never died in my dreams, but she also hasn't pulled off the same feats that I have. Like, it's one thing to sit at home in a dream and not do anything and not die, and another to go out to the Russian mob, fight them, steal their important documents, hide in their own country, then get hit by an instant death like spell and live through it, and then not die. And the other thing is too, the only person to kill Snape was Voldemort, who was only beaten out by Harry. Voldemort found a way to kill Dumbledore, who was like one of, if not the most powerful guy alive ever, which puts me in a pretty good hierarchy, I would say. And also, one thing I noticed is that when you use the instant killing spell in Harry Potter, it doesn't like instantly kill. There's a moment where they're still kind of alive and fading away. My spell instantly killed Snape, which makes me once again believe that my magic is just inherently stronger than him. And again, I can't be stopped. So take it as you will. You may think you're better than me. I'm promising you, dream me, real life me probably. Dream me though, none of you can hold a fucking candle to my feet. Our first like non-devil deal in the entirety of the run. We are going extremely fast right now. I guess my thoughts on this character in general are that he's way too strong. Once I hit that first like 99 cents, I was able to spend money and I never got below 20. Which means that the entire run I've been unkillable. Now granted, my run has been pretty good. I've gotten some pretty stellar items here. Soy milk technology, 2 planetariums, one of those being Terra, which is one of, if not the single best planetarium item, solar flare, etc, etc, charmed enemies, things like that. But even without all of that, like, if I just had Monstro's Lung, Midas's Touch, you know, I feel like I'd still be pretty good. I think and how to balance them out is to avoid just like Midas touch spamming, is that when you are supposed to get hit by an enemy, you like have like a golden heart effect that takes away like, you know, 15 to 20 coins. So you're not just like what I'm doing right now, which is walking into a room, running straight forward and also shooting at the same time. Give me punishment for potentially being hit. Just running into an enemy makes you drop like a golden heart amount of coins that, you know, fade away really, really fast in like a second, like studs in Star Wars or like in Lego games, excuse me. That would be a good like balancing feature, I think. But the character, hey, it's a good idea behind it. I like these fast-paced, really like glass cannon-y characters. Problem is, this is more of like a titanium cannon. You do a lot of damage with Monstro's Lung, and you also will never die because you are just way too strong. We could potentially and honestly see ourselves getting up to 99.99999 cents on this run. But I guess we'll never know because, am I gonna go fight Hush? Probably not. I don't know. This build is strong, but I don't think it's Hush ready. Like, we don't kill things very fast. If you saw our Mom fight 2 floors ago, it took us quite a while to just take down Mom. And Hush has one of the highest and the strongest boss armor values I've seen in Isaac ever, so I'd rather not, like, deal with that right now. But if something major happens, if we get, like, a Brimstone or, like, just some kind of crazy damage up. What are you, Cursed Eye? Ooh, I like me some guppy eyes. Then maybe I'll do it. But at the present moment, I'm not really feeling too likely. I just realized as well, we've had Curse of the Unknown on every single floor. I don't know if that's an intentional feature by the mod or not, or if I'm just like extremely lucky / unlucky. Either way, it is throwing me off quite a bit because I do have an extra life. I do have Inner Child, which is like, it'd be nice to have the insurance, like, see the number by the health, but if it's not possible, I understand. The Isaac API is, once again, not really one you want to be messing with. It's very complicated, but Trash Trapdoor, not a great special room right there. We're moving on. We're going to find our boss here shortly. Don't you worry. And we've finally found our boss fight as well. It should be a decently easy Mom's Heart fight. Make sure to use your melee attacks. Those are going to be very important. Pop that for whatever reason. Just walk in and do this. I guess we do a decent amount of damage. It's not like it's inconsequential. And there really is no issue with this riding up against the boss. I wonder what's doing a majority of our damage there. It's not us. We are not doing a majority of our own damage. We do get a devil deal, though, our final deal. Give me a good item and I'll go fight Hush. That is Rock Feather thing. And it's not good. Yeah, it's not very good at all. Whoa, what the hell? It changed, like, instantly. Yeah, you know what? I don't think it's a Hush day. I don't really consider this to be a Hush day, so... Moving on up is go find Isaac. There is, I would argue, a 0% chance we lose this run. If we do get the option to go fight Mega Satan, though, we have the freaking doorstop, baby. I will go and fight Mega Satan, but the Hush to me, it's just not worth it. Like, he's fine, he's fun, whatever, but you go there for the extra items and sit there holding right at a boss that is very, how do you put this? Like, non-interactive. Like the Hush fight, you barely do anything in that fight until like the final like little chunk of his health. You just stand there, maybe occasionally dodge the continuum tiers, but that's it. You can like stand in one place and not get hit for almost the entire fight. I don't know. I don't find it to be super involved, which makes it feel quite a bit boring. We can't just Midas's touch and kill you. We got to go around to all these fools over here. Ooh. A little bit of a crawl space action. Never hurt no body. What you got down here? The poop. I'm enthralled. Just kidding. Get me the fuck out of this room. Hey, I don't think we can lose. I think we're at a point in the run where no matter what happens at this point, winning is an inevitability. I think if I was any boss right now, we can just poison and also gold these men. Pop your face up. There we go. Every boss is on the rest of our run, that being like every enemy on the chest as well as Isaac right now and Blue Baby, should be shitting their pants right now. That poop in that crawl space down there, that was Isaac's. He's scared. He saw my weird ass like tentacle thing going on, and he was like, oh shit, this guy means business. And he shat himself and hid it down there out of shame and embarrassment. Yera? Ooh, you know I'll take a Yera. You know I'll be taking a Yera. The only thing saving Isaac right now is my ridiculously bad and awful pathing. Otherwise, he would have been dead like 6 minutes ago. But it's going to be right up here. Just watch. Just watch. I have my numbers, my pathing down now. Although, it hasn't been very good in the past couple of runs, I'll admit. The one thing that stops me from wanting to speedrun this game is like the lack of a visible map on certain floors, and bigger floors especially. When I used to run this game back in AB+, the bane of my existence was always choosing the wrong path. I've had multiple like world record like paced runs that I've lost to choosing the wrong path on the Womb and Cathedral in specific. There should be a category it's like, hey, start with the mind and have fun. Because we did our Godspeed tournament, we had everybody start with the mind because you should. Like it makes it more enjoyable to watch from a viewing perspective, which I guess nowadays, like obviously, I'm more of like an entertainer than I am like a speedrunner, although I do dabble occasionally in Lego Indiana Jones runs in specific. That being said, right now, as you're watching this video, I am live with Lego Indiana Jones 1 mini speedruns, like challenge runs I'm doing right now. If you're unaware, I used to run that game back in the day. I was decently formidable. I have not played the game in a speedrunning fashion for 6 years, maybe more than that. I've done some tricks like in the last year, but I have not completed a full run for like the last 6 or 7 years, maybe even 8 years. So I kind of wanted to do like a minimum stud run of that game, utilizing all of my old tech I used to know. I think it'd be kind of fun. We're gonna have a good time, hang out and chill, so come on by if you're feeling lonely on a Sunday morning / afternoon / I guess evening. But once again, no pressure. Walk into Isaac here. Get some bombs down if you want to. God, you are getting screwed up right now. And we're also gaining money by doing that. Like, I think it might just be Soy Milk and Deep Pockets have made this run go crazy. Because, like, right now, we shoot so many tiers that every single tier is bound to spawn some kind of coin, which makes the character a little bit broken. Because with status effects, you obviously want to have more tiers, less damage, than more damage, less tiers. You get one Yara rune with a infused book, I believe. Yes, look at that. Pyro, GB bug. Is that Eternal D6? Yeah. We lost so many. I guess we like almost played perfect odds right there, but Sci-Fly and lost contact with our piercing Monstrous Lung Tears are two of maybe the strongest defensive items we could have gotten. And we are Beelzebub? No, we're one away from Beelzebub right there. My apologies. Keep going on here. I guess you can't break walls open anymore with your tears. I wonder if the Terra breaking wall effect scales with damage, or our tears are just too tiny to do anything. It really could be either one. Who's to say, really? But I would make you the bet right now that if we had an extra floor to do, I'm not going to fight Void for the same reasons I wouldn't fight Hush. We would be getting up to, what is it, 900 million coins. Like, we're sitting at 616 right now. Ooh, conjoined. We're only one. Oh, no, we're there. We have a lot of tiers now. It's a laggy run. It's a laggy run for sure. We'd be getting 900 coins. We're going to leave this floor once we finish off the run here with, I would say, around, like, 700. If we were being, like, super duper good about picking up every single thing we see, which we aren't really, but we don't really need to. We could bum rush the entire floor and be fine. The character needs some kind of nerf. I know they're stylized after Ultra Greedier, that's why they have the Monstrous Lung thing going on and the costume being solid gold, but when it comes to making a character like a boss, it's less about the shooting patterns, I think, and more about, like, the intrinsic things those bosses or enemies have. Think, for example, the Steven boss. Steven does not teleport around, but he's psychic, and that kind of theming fits with the character that Lambchop made. I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying that creative liberty right there is what separates the characters. And the money thing here is a great idea for health. The money thing, it relates to Greedier as a boss, but it also gives the character his own unique twist. However, you do become really OP after, like, mid-game, and you really are running no risk of dying ever if you just don't buy any shop items. As you can see right now from this laggy-ass run that we can't even, like, do anything in, you just get really OP fast, and it kind of... Oh, look at that. It's funny. Wait, how does this work? Oh, my God. It's an infinite razor. Well, it doesn't take money away. How strong can this run get with the razor blade? Now I'm curious. Just how strong can this run get with razor blade? And will it eventually do like what happened with our last T Lost run and just kill us for having like too many broken hearts or not enough like secret HP up there? Do we need... that would have been a game break earlier in the run. I might just go to the like Emperor card myself because like this lag... You know what, dude? This lag is like... you know what, dude? It's too much. It's too much. We're just wasting time. We're not going to die. I'm going to spam it. Fast as I can. Let's see what happens here. How high can our damage stat get before we either die or the game just quits out on us? Because we could have like a 32-32. It's not giving us that much though. We got plus 10. How much damage does this do? Quite a bit of damage. It's quite a bit of damage right there. Well, that's the run. If you enjoyed the run and my commentary, a like and a comment goes a long way for a smaller channel like mine. In the meantime, though, guys, I have been BD1P. Peace out and goodbye.